Rundown, it's Tuesday, May 7th. It is me and two of what many people here at Barstool have called the craziest motherfuckers in the company. We have Dante the Don, fresh in from Chicago, and we got Billy Football, and boy, do we have an after show for you today, but we're going to get through some topics first. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is DraftKings. Basketball fans, we've seen it all this season. Rookies rising to the top, legends leaving their legacy on the court, and there are just a few weeks left to get in on the action. Right now, you can get in on all the action with DraftKings Pick 6, a brand new way to play daily fantasy sports. All new customers who play $5 will get $50 in Pick 6 credit. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and sign up with code RUNDOWN only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. First thing we got to talk about today, people are screaming at each other in the office over this, going nuts. Vibs lost his goddamn mind. The Pacers got royally fucked by the refs. In the last 12 seconds of the game, Miles Turner got called for a moving pick, which then turned the ball back over to the Knicks, who ended up winning the game 121 to 117 in the second round of the NBA playoffs. They take a 1-0 lead. Billy and Don, what are we thinking? Did we watch? I'm sure you saw the pick.
Of course, yeah. I mean, game was unbelievable. I mean, the playoffs have been either blowouts, like the Denver game, or have been down to the wire, awesome series so far. That specific play, I mean, technically his back foot wasn't planted, so yeah, moving pick. But my problem is that shit has gone on every game, all season, multiple seasons, and it's like the Caitlin Clark shit in the women's tournament, like blowing a whistle on a play like that when you don't blow it any other time ever, that's the problem. Just doesn't make any sense.
It has been going both ways, though. Those calls, they're not specific to any team. I mean, the Knicks, I haven't really seen the Knicks ever be good in my lifetime. And I don't want to get my hopes up now. So I'm watching it and being like, oh, wow, the Knicks are winning great series. Like, I was born in 1999. I missed the late 90s. Yeah. Like, the only thing I can remember is that one Eastern Conference, I don't even think it's the Eastern Conference final. It was the Celtics versus the Knicks when I was in 6th grade. That was awesome. And then Linsanity. The rest has kind of been like, well, whatever. Like, and you just kind of lose base. But, I'm keeping track of them this year. Brunson is a beast. And I'm kind of like, hey, wait a second. How far can this really go? Like, they can't beat the Nuggets.
They're fun to watch, man.
They're fun to watch.
They're really fun to watch.
The fan base is obviously
Dude,
me growing up, and you too, it's always been the Knicks are the lovable losers, right? Most New York teams, sans the Giants, have been I've had no issue with them, lovable losers. The problem is with this call is it's obviously ticky-tack. Yeah, he was he wasn't completely planted down, but they're at home. They're going to get the call. And
True.
whoever wins this series is just going to get fucking steamrolled by the Celtics, so what does it really matter? Right? We're walking into the finals, the Celtics.
Agreed. But, dude, that scene last night at Madison Square was awesome. Fucking Marbury was there, going nuts. All the old Knicks legends were there. Half the Yankees team was there. They had an off night. I mean, the place was going crazy. It was game one of the semifinals?
Conference semifinals.
Yeah, conference semifinals. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy watching them. Brunson's playing out of his mind. I can't remember a guy with ice in his veins like this since, I don't even know, Paul Pierce.
Imagine if let's not compare Brunson to Paul Pierce here. Let's not go nuts. Gaz said it best. Brunson's had a good month, right?
He's been lights out.
You don't care about the Knicks.
I don't want to jinx. I don't want to say some crazy shit because I'm a Knicks fan. Where it's kind of okay, just watch and enjoy it, and then if don't get too invested.
Yeah,
That's my relationship with the Knicks. They're like a girl that breaks your heart every single weekend.
I got a question for Knicks fans. Maybe you guys will know. How does an Italian guy, and John Rich changed this on the notes.
How does
a clearly Italian guy like DiVincenzo spell his name with an O? Dante with an O. How does that happen?
He spells his name with an O?
Oh, dude, yeah.
No,
Donto?
it's D-O-N-T-E.
Oh, Dante. Yeah.
Yeah, like Culpepper.
Oh, like Don. Yeah, yeah.
Culpepper.
Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand.
No, it's D-O-N-T.
Yeah.
It's not the Italian.
How does that work? How does that happen?
You think he'd have a little accent mark over
He
the
might not. He might be have an Italian last name. He kind of looks like he could be light skinned.
Can I say something about Italians, and please don't get offended? Most of the people who I know who identify as Italian are half Irish, but they just ignore the Irish part, which is somewhat offensive to me.
Oh,
Like,
no,
are you half Irish?
You should come to Chicago.
It's all half and half, right?
No, but Chicago's like, they'll be like a quarter Italian and say they're Italian, and they get this weird obsession with Sicily in
Really?
Chicago. Like everyone's like, I'm not Italian, I'm Sicilian, and they have like red hair.
That's everywhere.
It's weird.
But the funniest
Really
thing
weird.
is,
Are you denouncing Sicilian Americans right now?
No, they're just not a group of people you really want to brag about being.
Why? Because of the whole organized crime thing?
Yeah, and they're fine. I mean, Sicily's a shithole besides like
Is it?
Termina's unbelievable. The rest of Sicily, not that
Where's
great.
Sicily? The boot?
it's
the
what
ball.
they're kicking the boot.
It's the ball.
It's the ball.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw this sign once that said, "I'm Italian Irish, Irish temper, Italian attitude." It is just like I'm just like that is a great sign.
We got the Timberwolves and Nuggets. Timberwolves take a 2-0 lead, 106-80, which is, I think, shocking
I
to
was
a lot of people.
shocked by this game.
Dude,
What?
did you see what Jokic said before the game? Like, how are you going to play against the Timberwolves? And he basically was like, "We need two of me. I need to clone myself." And like that's just a shot at the rest of the team.
Yeah,
that's like I've never seen Jokic get like cocky like that.
And then who threw the ball? What happened with the ball? Jamal Murray chucked the ball at the ref in the
Threw a
middle of the
heat
game.
pack at the ref.
He threw a
from
heat
the
pack
bench.
from the thing.
Yeah.
He's not getting word on the street. We'll have better information on this by the time this comes out. But word on the street is that he's going to get fined, but he's not going to be suspended.
Yeah, Pat McAfee said their sources think he'll be fined, but
Good.
not suspended.
You can't take a guy like that out of a
Right.
series because then the series is over. So that everyone loses. The fans lose more than anybody.
I'm okay with them letting the guys get upset, and I think there does need to be a little bit more leeway, and they need to be toned down with the suspensions, because when there's emotion on the sideline or in the game and it spills over to the next game, all that does is drive numbers and make people want to watch.
Agreed.
That's
Great
all
point.
it is. Bruins smoked the Panthers last night, 5-1. Panthers were favorited too.
Shocked by this too.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't make sense because Boston owned Florida all season, shockingly, after getting embarrassed last postseason, first round. I think they swept them 4-0 this season, and they came into this series underdogs, not just record-wise, but Vegas has them like a big-time dog. And to go into Florida last night, and I mean, they looked like a totally different team coming off that Toronto series. They looked fresh, relaxed, fast.
I mean, it's only been, 2 days, 3 days? Since
looked-
the series? Yeah.
They looked awesome. I just hope they save some for, I mean, this series is going to go deep.
Yeah.
I don't think a home team won one game the last year these two teams played. I think the away team won every single game. So,
Any thoughts on that, Billy? You're not much of a hockey guy, right?
I'll watch it. It's great in person.
Yeah. For me, this is like the most
it's the best.
time of second round of the playoffs. I'm just so anxious to get to the next round. I want it to be over.
Probably gonna see some crazy AI photoshops coming out of this.
Of what?
Of the series of some Panther on Bear action.
Damn.
Hopefully it looks.
Facts.
Yeah.
Were you offended by that?
I wish the polar bear was looking like it was enjoying it a little more.
Oh. That hits close to home.
No, I didn't really care. I mean, they are endangered.
Polar bears are?
Yeah.
And that's just because of global warming,
Right.
because the ice caps are melting.
Exactly.
Due to,
I'm not sure.
sure. Shooting outside Drake's house at 2 a.m. this morning. Dante, I'm just going to let you take this one because you wrote a thesis on this. First of all, can you just give a brief, where it started and where we're at? A really, elevator pitch version of this, and then you can talk about the shooting.
My buddy's wife asked me to do this last night, and I tried to summarize it quickly. It's impossible. That's why it took me 20,000 words
So who started
to
it?
describe it. So it's all this subliminal shit, which everyone keeps pointing back to from 10 years ago. I think everyone's a little, when I say everyone, I'm saying the rappers in the rap world, they've been pissed at Drake because he's not only been owning everybody numbers-wise, popularity-wise, and all this.
Money wise.
But he like throws in little shots at everybody, which, you know, if you're king of the hill, you know, is maybe punching down, some people see. But once the floodgates open with Kendrick going on this future track with Metro Boomin and just air Drake out.
Was there something that prompted him to go on the track and do this?
So Drake and J. Cole did that third-person shooter song, which was awesome. And it was more J. Cole, but they lumped themselves in together with Kendrick, calling themselves like the 3 best rappers in the game right now. And Kendrick took,
Umbrage
with that and said, you know, I'm by myself, you guys are over there. And then, you know, he released that track and then all hell broke loose, and now all these other rappers are jumping into it, piling on Drake.
And you think it's mostly jealousy, probably?
Dude, I don't know what it is. At first I thought it was all orchestrated because I don't think rap has been this front and center in a long, long time. I mean, I read an article the other day, like in an election year right now, usually nothing comes close to the election and the candidates, and this Drake-Kendrick thing is like 10x, on the internet right now.
It's kind of nice too with the Tom Brady. The last song or diss track I think dropped in the middle of the Tom Brady roast, so it got buried a little bit. But like for the past 3 days, it's been nice. You haven't heard anything about politics. It's just been the roast, Kendrick and Drake, and that's it.
You're right.
If you, there is the element that they think that a lot of other rappers think Drake is a culture vulture because he doesn't actually.
True.
He's Canadian and he's not, African American per se. Arian Foster actually does an amazing breakdown of the whole thing on macrodosing the past couple episodes. I want to check it out. It's actually, he breaks it down step by step, and he has an amazing way to like paint the picture for those who aren't informed.
So we fast forward to last night, 2:09 a.m. this morning. There was a shooting outside Drake's Toronto mansion. Someone actually got shot. It wasn't just like a shooting at the house or something. The victim is unknown.
Security guard.
Oh, there you go. So it was a 48-year-old security guard. Yeah, he was taken to the hospital with serious but non-threatening life injuries. Like we said, was it random? Was it completely unrelated? Was it a fan, an overzealous fan who said, fuck this, I'm on Kendrick's side, I want to go? We don't know.
This security guard, I mean, I feel so bad for this guy. He probably doesn't really know. He probably works for like.
He probably gets paid $10 an hour to sit in a little boot.
And he probably works for one of these security companies that aren't like Drake's private security. So he's just going to his post and assignment. He might not even know who lives in the house because that's how a lot of these gated housings work. They actually make sure they switch up who the guys are so no one can consistently stand there and like plan something like. So like these like Securitas is one of them, for example, that like work these events and stuff. So this guy's just sitting there doing the night shift.
Terrible, by the way.
Securitas? What do you mean? Why are you laughing at those Securitas?
Or like people are just like.
You've used them?
I didn't see anything. No, but they're everywhere. Yeah. Like Billy said.
They work like events, but
they're not Blackwater or whatever.
Yeah, well, they're not Blackwater.
No, far from.
And also, they're a lot of them are totally not gang affiliated or any sort of rap affiliated. Like this might be like a middle-aged white guy who doesn't even listen to rap, and he's just sitting there in his.
That poor guy. He doesn't give a fuck about any of this, and then he's like, really, I have to get shot before I go on my lunch break.
Like he's not wearing a bulletproof vest. He's not even predicting anything like this happens.
Are we Team Drake or Team Kendrick?
Dude, I'm talking to Nicky Smokes earlier today, trying to get him on our backstage podcast, and he's like vetting me, like, is this a setup? Are you bringing me on to set me up? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of this thing. Like, I don't buy it 100%. Right. I feel like there's way too much going on, and all these allegations about like planted evidence, and Drake fed this information to Kendrick on purpose so that he would rap about it and look like an idiot.
You're talking about the daughter, the alleged fake daughter that doesn't have any.
That and like the Ozempic prescription and stuff like that.
What's wrong with Ozempic?
So
it's pretty bad.
So supposedly Kendrick hired or paid off somebody in Drake's camp, OVO, for info and dirt and all this. And allegedly Drake knew about this. So through this guy, he fed Kendrick fake shit. So this guy mailed Kendrick these prescription bottles with Drake's name on it, an outfit, this black glove. It was all on the cover of,
The Source.
I think it's 616 in LA.
Didn't Drake steal Kendrick's van that was on Mad City, the Mad City album?
Not sure.
That would be pretty crazy. That would be like someone stealing Vanny Woodhead, which I actually have to.
No, I think he just found a similar van.
I've been having Vanny Woodhead in a discreet, hidden location.
You still have the original van?
Yeah, I need to
Damn.
get that to Chicago.
Maybe you hit the campaign trail with him.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work to get. That thing needs a flatbed to get to Chicago. Now that the campaign's over, I got to refocus on some stuff I had to do.
Bring it. We got so much room behind the office.
Yeah, and that'll be a good place to have it. Like, it's history.
Me and I think this is a good place to announce. Chaps and I are spearheading a makeover of the backyard of the office.
Oh, sweet.
I didn't even know there was a yard there.
Dude, it's huge. I thought I just wanted a little garden. I asked Big Cat last week if I could plant a garden back there, and he was like, "Dude, fucking redo the whole thing." And he brought me back there. It is.
You should put in a pool.
We're doing. So I talked to Chaps. We're gonna like plant some grass, plant some trees, plant some flowers. We're gonna make it look really nice back there.
Honestly, turf. Like, I know this sounds like turf might be better just for usage-wise.
And maintenance.
And then you can put then you can put mulch on the side of the turf.
Actually not.
Although
a
it
bad
would be
idea.
funny to have someone, as punishment, they got to mow the lawn.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, but grass is just so annoying. Plus, I don't know how much sun gets back there. Because that's where we dumped all the hay from when we were looking for needles in the haystack.
That's where all the hay is. That's where all the hay's from.
Yes.
Yeah, I went back there. I was
You know
like,
what's
"Where's
the
the?"
most fucked thing? I got stabbed with a needle after looking for needles in the haystack for an hour when we were moving all the hay out of there into the backyard. The hay's still there.
Yeah, it's all around the back. I thought the construction people did that.
No, I was trying to get it to like a farm that has like retired horses because there's so much they have so much hay there and it's feed hay. Like they got feed hay. So
You should eat it. Grind it up and eat it.
Well, donate it to like some like retired racehorse.
That's good. The
Place.
city birds have been using it for nests.
It's good.
Oh, nice.
Good. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens with this Drake stuff. You know what Drake does need? He needs some Simply Safe. Okay? He needs some cameras around his place so no one gets shot, so security guards aren't getting popped in the ass. When you travel, do concerns back home nag you? Did you lock up? Did you leave a window open? That's why I recommend investing in Simply Safe Home Security today for award-winning security and peace of mind wherever your summer plans take you. Simply Safe was named Best Home Security Systems for 2024 by the U.S. News and World Report. Newsweek ranked it Best Customer Service in Home Security. Get the whole home in protection, sensors to detect break-ins, fires, floods, and more. Simply Safe carries a variety of indoor and outdoor cameras and is backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. No contracts and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Simply Safe has given me and many of our listeners here and watchers on the Rundown peace of mind. And I want you guys to have that too. So we're going to give you guys 20% off any new Simply Safe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafe.com/rundown. That's simplysafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like Simply Safe. New York City nightclub is making guys prove that they have $50,000 in the bank just to enter. It's called Garcon. It's opening in New York City. And like I mentioned, you have to have 50 grand in the bank, got to show the doorman, I assume, to get in. And this is like, I guess, the new way to vet scumbags out of your club. I don't know what it is. Dante, you're the nightclub owner here. You own places all over the country.
Is it technically Garcon?
Is it Garcon?
I was wondering that.
think
Yeah, it's Garcon. Okay, you know
Garcon.
what? It is. Garcon. This is insane to me. Me and Dante talked about it a little bit before we got on. There are a lot of members-only places in New York. There's Zero
So
Bond.
many.
There's
So many. Cipriani Club.
Cipriani.
House. Soho House.
Yep, Ludlow House, all Dumbo House, all this stuff.
Union House or Union Club is like the original OG Skull and Bones one.
So this is just their way of essentially creating a members-only club without having people go through it. You just have to flash a bank account.
No, they have
You gotta put in your card.
they have a fucking one of those handheld like card readers at the door, but pops up. It's like your ATM. It pops up your balance. It shows your balances.
So you gotta before you go to this club, you gotta put 50 grand in your checking account and say, here's my bank, my Campus Edge bank account from Bank of America.
This sounds like a great way to commit serious credit card
I thought that too.
on a lot of people who want like hidden charges.
Yeah.
I mean,
How so? How you?
I feel like the square, scammers will have like
Yeah.
a square and they'll like walk
Yeah.
up to you and be like, boop. I
Yeah.
feel like if you get a bad doorman, they're just gonna be robbing people left and right.
yeah.
Yo, I did not know scammers were doing that.
Oh yeah.
No, that's what happened to this.
You can say it. Yeah,
Nick.
Nick
that's what
Tirani.
happened.
Oh no, I think Nick Tirani, they had made him like just Venmo them. They're like, you're gonna Venmo me right now, or you're gonna fucking.
Yeah, I mean that's been going on in Chicago. They've
But-
been sticking people up and making them like Venmo or.
the little cubes, they can go up to you and just be like, boop,
I
and
did
get all your
not know
info.
that. That's fucked up.
It's wild.
I did not
Only
know
if
that.
you don't have Face ID on your phone, right?
Yeah.
So this place, I got a TikTok about this a few weeks ago, and I looked up to verify it because I wanted to blog it, and I couldn't find anything about it other than this guy on TikTok. Now it's actually started to come out that it's really happening, and Kareem blogged it today and did really well. But I personally, from a owner standpoint, I like it and I hate it. I hate it because none of my friends would be able to come to my place. None of my friends would want to come to the place. It would be all the worst people in the world, the people you
Yeah.
don't want at your club, coming there, and then just all the whores. Like the whores would just be lined up like, oh, rather than have to break our way into bottle service to bottle rat the rich guys, now we just have to go to the club and the entire club is
Full of rich guys.
rich guys. So
But how do they like? Those guys are gonna want VIP service, but they're all gonna be in there.
It's gonna be just a dude fest, I feel like.
Well, it's founded by women. So
Yeah.
we're kinda
Oh, it's
like-
founded by
founded
women.
by women, so I think they're trying to be like, oh,
Yeah.
only hot girls are allowed in the club.
And how are we not giving these women shit? I feel like we buried the lead.
bro, it's like
Imagine if guys did this. Only women can come to the club if they have $50,000 in their fucking checking account. Imagine the hell that would be raised.
good point. But I don't think it would be based on money.
Yeah.
I think we'd be like
Based on cock size, the 666 rule. Shout out Jordan Woodruff. 6 feet 6 inches.
no, like if
666.
no, like if some rich guys got together and were like, okay, we're gonna start a club and only smoking hot, like 29-year-olds and below are allowed in.
But also, isn't that every club?
Yeah.
Gonna say it would basically be like
It's every club ever.
most places. So I feel like this is the women strike back.
I'm not a club guy. Just like I went to a club for my friend's birthday party because like he is a club guy and he's like, yo, dude, just you never go out to the club. Let's go to the club. So I went to the club.
I love it.
What? You love it? You can't talk to anybody. No offense. I bet your clubs are amazing, but like you can't talk to anybody. Everyone's sort of yelling at each other. Like you end up bumping into people and like you kind of just sit there and like music's good, right? But then you're just kind of like, well, now you want to sit down and then no one's allowed to sit on anything. I don't know, maybe it was just that club.
Probably. There's a time and place for
Right.
it, like everything.
Yeah.
Like the people that are there every single night, they've got a problem. The people that pop in every now and then, like all the Barstool Chicago guys,
Yeah.
like I see them once a month or so. They all like rotate through, except Nikki's there fucking every night.
Who? Nikki Smokes?
Yes, every night.
Nikki Smokes is going to the club every night.
Every night.
What times do you usually leave?
Dude, he rolls in at like closing time.
Nikki Smokes is rolling in at 1, 2 in the morning.
12:30.
That's what you call a bottom feeder. He's just rolls in late.
Nah, I think he just pops around. I think he's got his rotation.
All right.
Like he hits a bunch of spots in the city, but he's fucking like 23, 24 years old. I mean,
It's a young man's game.
You were probably doing the same shit.
Oh
at
yeah,
age.
I was doing it around. We used to go to the basement of the Paramount Hotel in New York City and rip. It's on like 50 something.
Wait, I know. Is that?
It's on like 50 something, and
Yeah.
I forget that I spent my entire 20s in New York City, and I forget for a number of reasons. Regardless, next topic, this 32-year-old Massachusetts woman.
Dude, I love this story so
Dude,
much.
This is great. So she's a social worker, I believe, and what she did was she ended up faking her way onto a high school basketball team posing as a 16-year-old. After she successfully did that, she lowered her age to 13, tried to pose as a 13-year-old, ended up getting caught after she transferred schools, whatever. She taught at Boston English and she taught at the Jeremiah E. Burke School. Her name is Shelby Hewitt. She's 32 years old. Do we have a picture of her?
Dude,
This is 100%. This woman is a serial pedophile.
dude,
Oh.
the picture of her
She
with
looks
the braces.
16 now.
Bro, she had braces put on. She went to, she
No.
found an orthodontist, and the guy was like, your teeth don't need braces. And she was like, I'll pay you to put braces on.
Listen, if you're gonna fake it all the way.
What
It's
is this?
fucking nuts.
What was this woman doing?
Yo, she
Like,
just.
what fueled her to do this?
So nobody knows apparently.
unreal.
She's got a lawyer and her trial's coming up at the end of this year. But
Bro.
she did say no, but listen to this.
You gotta get
She
Thornton in the
said
case.
she's pleaded not guilty. And she said
The truth
there's a
will come out.
there's a
My-
reason for what she did and the truth will come out.
My favorite fucking saying of crazy people ever. The truth will come out.
So she was up to something. We're gonna find out what she was up
Do
to.
you think she was trying to actually, maybe she wasn't just trying to hook up with high school dudes, maybe she was trying to hook up with teachers and expose that they're
That's the most like deep fake shit I've ever heard.
mean, like-
if that is the length that she's going to,
I mean, did you see
No.
what that guy Vitali's doing? He's straight up just like assaulting like people that he tricks to come meet kids and like shaving their head and beating them up.
oh, I've seen that, the TikTok like
Yeah,
pedophile
yeah.
hunters.
It's
But
like,
we had
what
Chris
the hell?
Hansen on Out and About, and he was talking about it. He's like, those guys need to fucking go away. But the craziest part about this is this woman, right before she did this, she inherited $1 million from someone in her family who died. So it's not like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe she's just bored, and she needs something to do.
She's either posing, like trying to like,
John, can you look up what town in Massachusetts she's from?
Yeah,
I think
this will tell a lot. Wait, hold on. Let's take a guess before we go. She's from Pembroke,
I'm.
Haverhill,
Oh, dude, I don't know. She went to.
Marshfield?
Her goal was Boston English. I think.
She's probably from the South Shore, Don, if I had to guess.
Revere?
What do we got? Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Nantucket.
Nantucket.
Oh, wait, scroll up.
Oh yeah, scroll up. Look at her like mug shot. She looks
Yeah.
scary.
Wait, go down. You just said she was graduated from. Okay, so she went to UMass Boston.
Dorchester.
She's from the Dot.
She's a
Ugh.
dot rat?
Actually, no. She's a
Wow.
Dot rat.
I did not see that
not-
coming.
That screams South Shore to me.
I did
That
not see
screams-
that coming.
No offense to South Shore.
What is, what?
Wow.
Okay, so she's got all sorts of issues. It looks like.
So
Obviously.
So what do you think? She just had a horrific high school experience,
And she tried to relive it.
and she became a millionaire and said, you know what? I'm gonna do it over.
She reportedly was like an outgoing, popular person in high school, according
I
to
don't
the
understand
article.
how you
but
get away with
Slut.
it. Like, are people not seeing this like online? Like, does she not have friends who are like, "What are you up
Yeah.
to today?" Oh, sorry, I have high school girls basketball practice at 3. I can't go to the bar.
She conned foster parents. She got a set of foster.
You got a foster parent?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, she had foster parents.
That's like that Netflix thing with the little person, Natalia Grace or
I
whatever.
could see her pretending, like saying, like, "Oh, I'm doing," like telling her friends, "I'm undercover. I'm doing 21 Jump Street,"
Dude,
and like,
Yeah.
like just maybe filming content or something, trying to like expose people, like the bad parts of the foster system.
I mean, she's not going to jail. There's no way unless she fucked someone, and even if she did, she's probably not going to jail.
She's got felony charges for like identity theft and
Fraud.
Identity theft of who? A younger version of herself?
If she can come up with, "I'm like operating for the FBI" or something, like, or someone tricked her into doing all this.
Why can't I
deep
think?
fake.
Why can't I think of the name of the girl that just got out of prison, killed her mom?
Gypsy
Oh
Rose.
yeah, Gypsy.
This is like a cross between 21 Jump Street and Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
Like,
And Natalia Grace, the little Ukrainian little person who they fucking on Netflix who like tricked her parents. She was
Scary
like
as fuck.
40 and she like pretended
Oh.
to be whatever.
didn't they make a horror movie about that?
Yeah.
Orphan or some shit?
Yeah.
Fucked.
Jeez.
That's insane. All right, we got to get on to the after show here. We do have a couple things to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about, there has been a ton of buzz online. There's been some buzz in the office, whether or not Billy liked it. I think he brought on himself when he was caught on camera expressing his feelings about the latest macrodosing thing. So Billy, we're just going to put the show in your hands. We want to hear from you. Why did you leave macrodosing? Were you told to leave macrodosing? Where do you stand with that?
I mean, I was asked to leave.
By who?
It was a group decision by them. I mean, basically what they said. I wish them the best. I will never say a bad word about PFT and a lot of the people I worked with, but it didn't work out.
Do you think that your football?
How many years were you on the show?
I think we're getting close to 3.
So it was working out. So what happened? You decided to run for office, and now all of a sudden it doesn't work out?
I don't know. There's definitely.
I mean, they had to have given you a reason, right? And you're a football guy, so accountability, is a big thing in team sports, is a big thing in football. Is there something you think you could have maybe done to make them want to stick you around, have you stick around a little more?
I think, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if I did less for the show, didn't speak as much,
Explain that.
just been.
You think you did too much for the show and you talked too much, and so it was difficult for them to get a word in, and so that's why they asked you to leave, because they wanted to be the star and you didn't. That's what I gather from that sentence.
Don't say that.
All right.
Just it's a complicated situation. We this honestly is probably the beginning of something great. So I'm kind of excited.
I like that.
I wish the best for macrodosing. We're looking forward. We're not looking backwards.
I like that.
I put out 3 podcasts since I've gotten fired. A 4th is going to be coming out with Dante on Audio Crack. We're discussing, the Boeing assassinations. We've been doing a lot of research into it. 2 Boeing whistleblowers end up mysteriously dead. One by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. One by a weird pathogen that killed him within days.
We'll get to that in a second.
Hold on.
Let's just go back for 1 second.
Can I just put an asterisk on really quick?
Yeah.
I am not co-signing the name Boeing assassinations. I'm still.
Okay.
That's not where I thought he was going to go.
Jury is out for me. Jury is out for me.
Okay.
So does you leaving the show have anything to do with you having political differences with Arian or Big T or anything, or was it you were just showing up late and dicking around and they were like, we want to take this to a different level, you're clearly not where it needs to be, let's move, let's part ways?
I was not showing up late or dicking around.
Okay.
Macrodosing was something that I helped grow from the beginning. I thought of it as like a child. I put a lot into that show.
Where are you at with Arian right now?
We had our differences about the tweet I put in the blog. They talked about it today, how they thought there was implications by me putting that tweet in the blog.
What tweet was this? It'll be on the screen. You guys
can pull it up.
Yeah,
it's just, there was, they said it was a group decision to have me leave. It was a group decision to have me leave that I found out when I was asked to leave.
But I mean, you're not going to decide for yourself to leave, right?
I know.
Did you see it coming?
Oh, no.
Not at all.
No. I literally, the day before, I ran a half marathon, and then I literally.
With no training.
No training. No training.
Psycho.
Don't do it.
That's the craziest part of this whole story.
You know why it's not?
Psycho.
It's not the actual running that you're gonna that is bad.
No, it is.
It is the aftermath when your body gets destroyed because you basically take.
Did your toenails fall off?
Yeah, you take 200.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Did your nipples bleed?
My nipples have been bleeding.
Yeah, it's
I
the
could
worst.
probably
I
I have
see it.
scabs on my nipples right now.
It's the worst.
So you woke up fresh off a half marathon.
And
you
I had
got
some
drunk
folks-
after.
I had some beers with people I ran with because of course you put it on your calendar and you the prep I did was I didn't drink for a week before.
That's the prep.
No, I'm a superhuman when I do that.
So did you just think 13 miles isn't bad at all? I couldn't go out and run that.
The longest I had ran was 5 miles at a turkey trot I did over Thanksgiving where I was super hungover.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, I run with my dog, just to get him exercise. I run 1 mile, 1 to 2 miles 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
But that's more of a jog. I'm dragging a 120-pound American Bulldog behind me. That's not 13 miles or any distance where I'm really pushing myself.
I love how the prep is just a week of not drinking.
Yeah, dude, it's actually your HRV goes through the roof.
What's HRV?
Heart rate variability?
God damn.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, this was not a politically motivated parting of ways on either end.
That what was communicated to me. I mean, so I know there's I thought my blog was pretty fair, right? You guys, like when I posted it, I was like, okay, we're all gonna be good with this, like.
Wait, is that what upset people?
But I think
That's what upset.
but not to the point where they would
That's
let you
what
go
led
from
to
the
Arian's-
show. That seems like a lot, right?
I thought it was very.
I thought it was kind of vanilla.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
My blog, right?
Yeah.
That was after I got.
Oh, that was
let
after.
off.
Yeah.
That was after. So then, Arian and I got into a phone argument because
What was that about?
it was about me using his tweet, thinking that was implying that he was 100% behind me leaving the show. I mean, it was just kind of like,
So they didn't give you. Did they give you a reason?
yeah, it was kind of like, we want you to leave. So I was like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. Stuff doesn't work out. Bands lose members. Like,
It's a fact.
Animal Farm loses Snowball. Like,
Great reference.
all's like,
That's great.
it is what it is.
All right. So we don't want to. We're putting a button in it here, I guess, and there's nothing else you want. You said you could have done some things different if you had gone back. There would have been a little bit more accountability in certain things. We don't have to dive into that.
And by
you're
the
ready
way,
to move on.
I know what people think.
What do
I know
people
I
think?
I know people have seen probably some of my worst days online. Like, think I have zero work ethic or whatever. That had nothing to do with what happened this time. Like, and also, I got told to leave this show. Pardon my take, I was not told to leave. I'm admitting I was told to leave this show. And Nate once said that one time when I was in Africa because of some blog bullshit, where then Big Cat was texting me yo, just for the record, I don't know why Nate said that. That is not true. And I respect the hell out of that from Big Cat because
Are you hurt no one had your back macrodosing?
I think, if people did have my back, I would never ask them to stick their neck out when they themselves might get put in a funny position.
You know what? That is a fucking great statement by somebody running for office right there.
Yeah.
Selfless.
I mean, I'm no longer running for office.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, what?
So that story's done. You don't want to go. You don't have anything else to say about. You don't want to give tell people a reason that you were given or anything. You're just ready to move on.
I'm just ready. I got this new project. I want to make it successful. I'm look, this. I hope to look back on this and be like, wow, this was a great kick in the ass to get my shit together. And it's great because I get to be in the office again. The internet here, and I don't know how Foreplay does it, because I'm actually need to go talk to their producers. I could not record macrodosing from this and then get it sent to Chicago by the time that Mackenzie could edit it all, because it would come 5 hours later for Mackenzie when she was trying to edit it right after the show. So I
the thing,
record
but
from
isn't
home.
Arian remote? So why would that even matter? How long does it take him to get his shit over?
Right, but he has better internet than this office. So I don't mean but what's great now is I get to be in the office,
Yeah.
I get to be involved with everybody again. I'm still part-time, technically, and the reason I went part-time after leaving Part of My Take was I'm not going to take the same salary I was when I was on the biggest sports podcast in the world, because that's just putting a target on your head, you got to produce just as much as you were.
Was that an option? Or were they if you leave PMT, we're cutting?
No, I did that myself because I was like, hey, I'm leaving Part of My Take. I rather, I don't want to be in that situation where it's well, he's off Part of My Take, but he's still taking a Part of My Take salary.
Right.
Because
Take the pressure off yourself a little bit.
yeah.
Let them know. Yeah.
And start your own stuff, see what you can do. I ended up doing other stuff, and I think definitely going to Africa, running for Congress. Those are all stuff that I sort of was going wanted to.
Running for Congress.
I created my own content, which
I think your content's been very.
I mean, I thought I was doing a good job.
Yeah, I think you are too. But I mean, look, you don't know what goes on behind the doors of certain things, and sometimes you do have to move on, and that serves as a kick in the ass to kind of reevaluate things. And I think
that
that's
is
good.
what I meant by putting in Arian's tweet. You don't
So you and Arian are fine.
We're fine.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
If you want to hear about the rap beef, go listen to macrodosing because Arian goes.
I'm going to. As soon
he
as
has great breakdown of it.
I'm on my way up to Yankee Stadium. I'm
Yeah.
probably going to be in 2 hours of traffic. I'm gonna
Dude,
listen to it the whole way up.
Dude, take the shuttle to Grand Central and then take either Metro North or just hop on the 4.
Dude, just take the 2 train there or the 6
Oh
train.
yeah.
Take the
the 6 is on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound fucking snooty or anything.
No,
but
I
I'm not
actually-
fucking. I'm not fucking with the subway.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well,
yeah.
that's the kind of violence you deal with.
I will.
when you're
I
in
will
the
say.
state.
No.
I will say this though: the macrodosing guys. I'm a little hurt that they built this awesome studio in Chicago and they record all the time. I'm fucking there in the backyard. I haven't been asked to be on that show one time.
Do you want to be? Maybe. Well,
Fuck
maybe
yeah, I want to be on
maybe
that
there's
show.
room for another
no,
host.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a permanent host, but I would love to guest every now and then.
I think that'll be. I
I feel
think.
that's right in my wheelhouse.
I think you align with that, like the stuff you like to talk about. I think is very macrodosing. Billy, you seem to have some issues with that statement.
No, I don't have issues. It's just.
No, I want to hear.
Yeah, no.
I wanna
What's your
hear now.
issue? You don't think Dante aligns with the
Well,
subject matter?
selfishly, I want him on audio crack.
You want on auto. All right, fine. So you're also quitting. You're also quitting. You're suspending your race or ending
Yeah,
your
I'm
campaign
suspending my campaign.
for
Basically,
Congress.
Yeah, check out the last episode.
Billy.
Why, man?
Because the percentage of a win in the courts right now, literally, like if you look at our win, like our success rate in this case, it is too low to genuinely raise money to try to keep doing.
Dude, what
You know what
is
I'm
this
saying?
guy's fucking problem? Seriously.
Check
Who?
out. I gotta keep something for the podcast. I have my campaign strategist on. He literally broke down what's fucked up about this exact situation compared to all the other races he's seen. How this situation where 4 out of 5 candidates were disqualified from the ballot, and one guy was never put under any scrutiny, never had his signatures under any scrutiny. And there's a lot of people like, well, you should have done the right thing and gotten enough signatures and shouldn't have submitted fraudulent signatures. There was zero fraud. They've just accused us so much of fraud that is impossible to really prove unless we literally videotaped all 3,000 signatures we collected.
Dude,
So when is your shit officially done? Right now?
Yeah, right now.
So you're done.
Like
Would you-
I don't have enough money. And thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who bought merch. The merch, like I still have outstanding bills. I lost a lot of my savings doing this, trying to get it going. But I can't in good faith call up people and try to collect money knowing that we might get screwed with a 25% chance.
A moral politician, you don't see that too often.
I mean, and that's why. That's why, because you have people who, don't have the resources or ill intentions to go after things like that because they can't, in good faith, collect money from people and go up against a machine with endless resources.
Right.
And try to get something done.
There's just money for advertising, money to get your name out
Yeah.
there, the whole fucking thing.
I mean, and the best thing is we didn't have to spend that much on ads. We spent on trying to get on the ballot, and we got
It's just more of the same bullshit. So
Yeah.
they put this law into effect to keep crazy people from
Not
putting
even
their name
crazy
on the
people.
ballot. So, okay, there has to be some legitimacy. So you have to get X amount of signatures in it.
There's hurdles.
Obviously, you're taking this serious and
Yeah.
you're doing it. So they're gonna, over a small technicality. This happens in Chicago all the time too
Yeah.
with alderman races.
well, the thing is,
These
it's
guys
just,
challenge signatures.
it is
and
not
they-
the government. It's not the government who challenges signatures. It's not the party.
it's other
It's
candidates.
a random individual who isn't associated with the candidate. So, for example, the 4 guys who also got disqualified with me, one's a lawyer, another, 2 of them are lawyers, and one guy raised $500,000, and he had tons of signatures, and he had them all vetted, everything, and they threw him out too. The way they're throwing out these signatures is so arbitrary that unless you have tons of resources and are able to literally get 10,000 signatures, you won't be able to get on the ballot, which is just insurmountable for any grassroots campaign in New York. And it causes what we're seeing in New York State and all these problems in New York State to occur.
Well, looks like we'll have to wait until the next go around.
I'm fucking going back out there. I didn't lose this. I just didn't make weight for the fight. That's what happened. And I had a
Good way of looking at
bullshit
it.
contract.
How often is your show coming out, Audio Crack?
We're shooting. We're volume shooting right now.
Okay.
We'll see. Next week we're probably going to slow it down a little. I have an awesome interview lined up with a guy who I'm going to keep it a surprise, but this guy has crazy information regarding the Malaysian flight MH370 about its disappearance. He has proof and drone footage and
Good Lord.
he's proved that it's not fake, and it's going to be This guy blew my mind.
And you got Dante on this week.
Dante's on this week
Don?
for the Boeing alleged assassinations.
Go ahead, Dante.
I just have a question. Is there any show that I can coattail ride or hop on similar to what Nate was doing with Friday radio that he gave up on that I personally fucking loved? I got to rant and vent once a week, every week, because
You think?
certain things do grind my gears a little bit.
Yeah.
And this past weekend, hold on one second.
We gotta wrap soon. Hold on.
Past weekend, I read a blog that Nate wrote, really good, about the Brady roast, and he threw in a little thing at the end about, I think we need to roast Dave Portnoy. Something I have been saying for years. I've written 3, 4, 5 blogs about this.
Why don't you roast him in a blog?
No, there needs to be. I'm saying we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put together this night. I think we should call it the Night of Hate, which Dave has wanted to do forever, but make Dave the center point of it. Bring in like big names, celebrities, bloggers, everyone that can like really roast him. I think Nate would be unbelievable, but I don't want somebody else taking credit for this, like everything else in this company.
You think it was your idea first?
Dude, I have so many times come up with this shit.
Dante, that's not like
2 minutes, John, hold on.
unique idea to anybody. We've all been saying it forever. You didn't come up with the idea of roasting Dave.
Dude, like 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Dante.
Were you even around 10 years ago, Nate?
Yeah, I was hired 13 years ago.
Oh.
No, okay, Dante, credit to you. You came up with that idea. I'm sorry I didn't credit you for the revolutionary idea.
Not even that. I don't even need the credit. I just don't want it getting stolen. I don't want.
All right, that's the rundown. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You're such a maniac.